Imagine waking up tomorrow with absolutely nothing. No savings, no job, no contacts, no assets. Just me, my mind, my body, and the clothes I'm wearing. Most people would panic, but if I had to start over at zero today, I know exactly what I would do. The first thing is accepting reality. I wouldn't waste a single second crying over how unfair it is. I wouldn't complain that others have more. That mindset keeps people broke. Instead, I'd immediately switch into problem-solving mode. Zero isn't the end. It's the ground floor. And the ground floor is where foundations are built. Now, with nothing in my pocket, the first goal is survival. Forget about fancy dreams or about becoming rich overnight. I need food, water, shelter, and enough stability to get through the day. My first hustle wouldn't be about profit. It would be about making sure I stay alive and keep my energy. So what are my first moves? 1. Cutting costs to absolute zero. If I had no money, I'd cut every single unnecessary expense. No Netflix, no snacks, no random spending. If I had access to a library or free internet spots, I'd use those for work and learning instead of paying for data I can't afford. I'd sleep on a friend's couch or find the cheapest safe accommodation. The goal isn't comfort right now. The goal is survival. 2. Trading time for money immediately. At zero, I can't afford to plan for the future without acting today. So I'd look for the fastest ways to turn my time and energy into dollars. That might mean offering to mow lawns, wash cars, carry groceries, clean houses, or run errands for neighbors. These are not glamorous jobs, but at zero, pride kills progress. I'd be willing to do anything honest to bring in my first $10 or $20. 3. Selling unused or free resources. If I had any access to items I don't need anymore, like old clothes, shoes, books, I'd sell them immediately. If I truly had nothing, I'd start looking at free sections of Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, or local donation centers. Many people give away items for free. I'd pick them up, clean them, and resell them. 4. Building momentum fast. Here's why this stage matters. The first $20 is proof that money can be created out of nothing. The first $50 is motivation. The first $100 shows me I can repeat the process. Once I have even a little cash, I can buy myself breathing room, maybe a cheap meal, maybe some bus fare, maybe Wi-Fi to start online gigs. That's the bridge from survival to stability. The biggest mistake people make when they hit zero is trying to think their way rich. No, at zero, action beats thinking. If I waited for the perfect idea, I'd starve. The goal of Chapter 1 is simple. Survive the day and generate proof that I can create money. That's how I'd start from zero. Chapter 2, Creating Stability, Income and Skills. Now let's imagine I've survived the first few weeks. I've made my first $100 by cutting costs, hustling and doing odd jobs. I'm no longer in immediate danger. The question now is, how do I move from random hustles to consistent income? This is where stability begins. The first step is identifying repeatable cash flow opportunities. I don't want one lucky break. I want a system I can use again and again. 1. Quick cash flow jobs. If I had a phone, I'd start freelancing immediately. Platforms like Fiverr, Upwork, or even local Facebook, WhatsApp groups that allows me to sell services for free. I'd offer what I can, writing blog posts, designing flyers on Canva, editing short videos on CapCut, or managing small businesses on social media. If I didn't have internet access, I'd still find repeatable offline gigs, babysitting, tutoring, helping vendors at local markets, or flipping free items for resale. Even collecting scrap metal and selling it to recycling centers is a system that can generate daily income. At this stage, I'm not focused on passion. I'm focused on proof and momentum. 2. Building a valuable skill set. While hustling, I'd also dedicate time daily to developing one high-value skill. Because hustles pay bills, but skills build wealth. The best part is learning today is free. I'd go on YouTube or FreeCodeCamp or read free PDFs online. Skills I'd consider: copywriting, video editing, graphic design, sales and communication, basic coding. The trick is not to learn everything. It's to pick one skill, practice it daily, and get so good people are willing to pay. 3. Networking and reputation. Skills alone don't make money. People need to know I exist. So I'd start networking, not in a fake way, but by offering value first. For example, I'm practicing video editing. Can I edit a 30-second clip for you for free? That free job might turn into a paid job. Reputation is my first currency. If I deliver quality work on time, people will talk about me. And once I have 3 satisfied clients, I can raise my rates. 4. Reinvesting earnings. Once I earn $100, $500 consistently, I'd resist the urge to enjoy it. No new clothes, no fancy meals. Instead, I'd reinvest into things that make me more productive. Better internet, a cheap laptop, or even a course that levels me up. Every dollar goes back into multiplying my ability to earn more. 5. Hitting $1,000. My first $1,000 is proof of stability. But here's where most people fall into the trap of lifestyle creep. They start buying luxuries, thinking they're rich. I'd avoid that at all costs. I'd still live cheap. I'd still hustle hard, because 1,000 is not wealth. It's just the start. At this stage, my focus is threefold. 1. Repeatable income streams. 2. A high-value skill. 3. Smart reinvestment. That's how I'd move from surviving to standing on my own feet. Chapter 3. Growing wealth, scaling and long-term strategy. Now that I've built stability, the next step is turning consistent income into long-term wealth. This is where I shift from being self-employed to building systems that generate money even when I'm not working. 1. Transitioning from hustle to systems. At first, I'd take any client, any gig. But now I'd become selective. I'd focus on high-paying clients, and I'd start outsourcing smaller tasks. For example, if I'm a video editor, I'd hire someone cheaper to do rough cuts while I handle high-end finishing. That way, I make more while working less. 2. Building multiple streams. No single source of income is safe forever. I'd aim for 3 streams. Active income, freelancing, job, or business. Semi-passive income, YouTube, digital products, or blogging. Passive income, investing in stocks, index funds, or real estate later. Even if each one is small, combined they create security. 3. Leveraging social media. In today's world, attention is money. I'd build a personal brand, documenting my journey and sharing value. This could be on YouTube, Twitter, X, or LinkedIn. A strong online presence attracts clients, partnerships, and even investors. 4. Smart money habits. Wealth is built not by how much you earn, but by how much you keep. I'd stick to strict habits. Save a percentage, reinvest before rewarding myself. Avoid bad debt and track every dollar. 5. Avoiding traps. I'd avoid the biggest killers of wealth. Lifestyle creep, get-rich-quick schemes, and spending to impress people. Those are the habits that drag people back to zero. 6. Long-term builders. Finally, I'd focus on long-term wealth builders. Investing in index funds for compounding growth. Creating digital assets like courses or ebooks. Eventually moving into real estate or business ownership. Because the true goal isn't money. It's freedom. Freedom to live on my own terms, to support my family, and to never fear starting from zero again. So if I had to start from zero, I'd follow 3 stages. 1. Survive. Cut costs, hustle, and generate quick cash. 2. Stabilize. Build consistent income. Grow a valuable skill, reinvest wisely. 3. Scale. Build systems, multiple streams, and long-term investments. That's how I'd go from nothing to financial freedom.